Mortal life is like a hurricane. The weak are blown about in all directions, while the strong become the storm. Scrooge McDuck falls firmly into the latter category. Ducktales for the Nintendo Entertainment System explores the rich, sapient duck's quest to take what is owed to him through the joyful plunder of 5 colorful stages, each with, sapient ducks. Such creatures would make excellent thralls, capable of traversing land, water, and sky. What if Duckburg was created by some sorcerer for that very purpose? Imagine a wholly loyal army with the intellectual capacity of a mortal human, but the mobility of a duck. Such a force would be unstoppable. The priest kings of the floating isles of Cadazos would be slain in their beds before they could even consult the Eye of Nelgax.
You're reviewing an 80s Nintendo game.
An 80s Nintendo game about sapient ducks. Just make a note to look into the feasibility of creating an army of undead ducks to annihilate.
An 80s Nintendo game for children.
I was getting to the children. McDuck is aided by 4 wholly devoted sapient duck children. Now, do you see the value of loyal undead ducks?
You're overemphasizing the undead duck army.
And when Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Webbergale are not serving McDuck by solving mysteries, they can be tasked with rewriting history by finding and destroying media critical of McDuck's various brutalities, ensuring fawning headlines from malleable outlets, such as the Duck Press. With his critics silenced, McDuck is free to travel the world in search of 5 great treasures, despoiling various civilizations of their wealth, while the inhabitants fight to the death to save whatever small bits of their history and culture they can defend from McDuck's cupidinous onslaught. But their efforts are futile, for McDuck possesses one of the greatest video game armaments ever devised, the Pogo Stick Cane. With this unstoppable weapon, the rapacious industrialist literally pounds those who stand against him into the dirt. To Pogo Bounce in Capcom's Ducktales is to experience, if only for a moment, what it is to live like McDuck, utterly free of all constraint. With each jump, the player feels the weights and responsibilities of mortal life fade, their sorrows and shortcomings chained to the earth, while their souls soar ever upward into a celestial kingdom where all is hope and joy and promise. For practical gameplay purposes, the cane causes as many problems as it solves. As McDuck inevitably crashes down, his momentum often stalled at the most inconvenient of times. Yet mortals foolishly continue to bounce, ever convinced that the next leap will be the one that finally sets them free. McDuck may select which land to crush beneath his cane in any order. How much they will add to his coffers, the only criterion. Once there, he can take the direct path and rob the civilization of only their most prized treasure. But this would leave the inhabitants with far too much of their wealth. Wealth that belongs to McDuck by right of Pogo Conquest. By exploring in many directions, not only to the right, McDuck finds much more to pillage. In some instances, McDuck may enlist his loyal manservant, Launchpad McQuack, to fly him back to Duckburg to bank his plunder. Through this act of breathtaking cowardice, McDuck ensures his wealth is preserved. As someone who has watched many mortals draw their final breath, I have found that the vast majority prove themselves cowards in the end. Yet so few video games cater to this crucial market. Ducktales should thus be commended for offering cowardly mortals an avenue of escape.
Well, leaving with Launchpad resets all of the treasure in the level, so Scrooge can come back and gather it again. It's actually a way to get Des standing.
So this game appeals to both mortal cowardice and mortal greed? Ha! No wonder it is so beloved. After plundering all the treasures, McDuck is summoned to a final confrontation in Transylvania with the mysterious Dracula Duck, a puppet of the sorceress Magica Dispel. Ugh. It would be unwise to trust someone named Magica Dispel to perform any arcane ritual of consequence. It would be like a mortal lawyer calling themselves Lawyer de Law. The name itself raises the very red flags it is ostensibly intended to avoid. Well, whatever magic she may or may not possess is in any case quickly extinguished with a few pogo bounces to the head. As for her servant, Dracula Duck, was Dispel, though a sapient duck herself, experimenting with the potential of undead ducks as thralls? Could this Dracula Duck have been designed to be the first of many? No matter. If this was her intention, the experiment is a miserable failure. The questions raised by Dracula Duck's very existence ended along with his wretched life, as he is quashed under McDuck's cane, like so many others. Thus McDuck ends Ducktales swimming in uncountable wealth, leaving all who dared stand in his way nothing but ghosts, wandering amidst the ruins of their once proud nations. But the duck is strangely short-sighted, for even should McDuck pogo to the abode of the gods themselves, for mortals, death is ever waiting to take its own treasure. McDuck's pursuit of personal gain at the expense of all others is admirable, but without also pursuing immortality or joining an army of undead sapient ducks, he has only purchased himself a more elaborate tomb in which to rot.